Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming a Madelungs deformity awareness video. This video is to show anyone and everyone who has this deformity that you're not alone, that I have it as well, and I know exactly what you're going through if you have this. I do not want I say this so much in this video, but I don't want you guys to think I'm trying to get sympathy or I'm like crying and whining over it, or I want you guys to give me a bunch of money for it or anything. Don't feel like that, please. I don't want anyone to think that. I'm just trying to raise awareness for this deformity because it is so rare, and I want the people who have this to know that I have it as well, and I know exactly what you're going through and how hard it can be for someone that has this. And I don't want to talk too much because I talk a lot in this video, so let's get into the video. Okay guys, so basically, like I said in the intro, I'm just going to explain what I have, and the whole point of this video is so that I can bring awareness to you guys about this. Not that anyone really cares that much, and I know no one cares a ton about like what's wrong with me or whatever. Like, there's much worse stuff in the world for people to be concerned about, but I just wanted to kind of explain to you guys what exactly I have and how it affects my day-to-day life. So if you did not know, I have Madelungs deformity. I will have it spelled out right here on the screen, that way you know how to spell it, because a lot of people mispronounce it or misspell it or don't understand anything about it. And basically all it is, in my best explanation, a lot of people, for me, thought it was something to do with my lungs when I would tell them. It's nothing to do with my lungs. It is strictly due to my fingertips all the way up to my shoulders for what I've experienced. I know some people don't even get it up to their elbows, but my doctor says that mine's a little bit more aggressive and has gone all the way up both of my arms. So basically, I have this deformity which makes, in my opinion, everything 1,000 times harder. I basically have extra bone tissue in my arm, which means everybody has right here, I don't know, this might gross everyone else, so I'm sorry, but right here, everyone has this bone right here. Mine's just more prominent, which means it's more obvious, it's more noticeable, and there's something there which is extra bone stuff in my arms. I don't really know, I don't want to confuse anybody, but I've had 3 surgeries so far since I was 12 years old, and my first surgery was November 22nd, 2013, I think. Yeah, November 22nd, 2013, and that was that was the hardest surgery for me because it was my first. I was terrified. The night before, I ate so much food that I probably gained like 30 pounds. Just kidding, like I didn't actually gain a bunch of weight. But basically before surgery, they make you stop eating at midnight the night before, or at least that's how it has been for every one of my surgeries, because they schedule it during like early morning, not super early, but like after 7 a.m. basically is when they've scheduled all of mine. It's a very difficult thing, and I know a lot of people who have this deformity don't even get surgery, so I'm very thankful that my doctors were willing to help me out enough to get me surgery and get me the things that I needed at that point in my life. But for my first 2, I had a plate that is the length of, I don't know if you guys can even tell right here, but there's a scar, and that's how long the plate is. So it basically goes about that long. So that long is how long the plate is estimatedly. I think it's like a little bit longer than the scar itself. So I have that in both arms, and I had anywhere from, I can't remember, I think it was anywhere from 6 to 11 or 12 screws put in my bones. And I have had one other type of surgery, which is where they stopped the growth in my left arm because my right arm stopped growing a lot faster than my left one did. And they stopped the growth and did a bone graft. They took bone from my elbow and put it into my wrist. That way it would heal faster for me, and I would not be in as much discomfort, if that makes sense. I found out when I was in 3rd grade and I broke my arm, and I had to go to the hospital. And none of my doctors wanted to believe me that it was broken or anything. They didn't want to do x-rays, and I finally got my pediatrician to do x-rays on my arm, and for sure, not only was it broken, but they found extra bones stuff in my arm, and that was probably the scariest moment of my life, finding out. I cried when I found out I was going to have a cast put on my arm, but not only that, but when I found out that I have something that's going to make my life harder for the rest of my life. Like, my life is never going to be the same, and I've had it since I was born. It's not something that you develop when you get older, or it goes away as you get older, or anything like that. I was born with it. My parents could not, there's nothing that you could have done to prevent it, and there's nothing that you can really do to cure it. This is a non-curable thing. It's of right now, there is no cure for it. I want to raise awareness and find a cure for it, but I'm only 15 years old and I can only do so much. But that's kind of why I wanted to share this with you guys. I want you guys to know, when I talk about it, I'm not complaining about it. I am never trying to make someone feel bad for me or have sympathy for me or upset anybody, because I know a lot of people's life is a lot worse. There's so much more that could be wrong with me that's not wrong with me. I don't have cancer. I don't have a brain. I don't have a brain disease. I don't have a heart disease. I don't have a lung disease. And I know that everyone who has anything goes through a lot. And no matter how sick or hurt you are, trust me, in a way, I know how you feel. I'm not saying if you have cancer, I don't know how that is. I just don't know. But I want you guys to know that if you have this, you're not. I wanted to make this video also because I want you guys to know, if you have this, you're not alone. I have it as well. And I wanted to raise awareness about it on YouTube. I know that YouTube is a very big platform, and I feel like if I can even get 10 people to watch this video and spread the word about it, that'd be amazing. I want everybody to know that I'm not just doing this to get attention at all in any way. I don't want anyone to think that I'm doing this to get more attention or sympathy or anything like that. I'm not. But I want to do this for you guys to know that what I have is a hard thing to have. And there are nights that I cry myself to sleep over it. There are nights that I feel like there's nothing I can do anymore. I am homeschooled because of it, because physically I cannot write for more than a few minutes at a time. It is the most painful activity that I can do, is writing. That is the hardest thing for me to do, is write. And I tried multiple times in my middle school and it just did not work. And my mom was like, this isn't fair to you, because I was failing 8th grade. I couldn't get caught up. I couldn't help myself enough because my teachers weren't always willing to help me. I had 2 teachers who just didn't want to help me, and they didn't want to change a little bit just so that I could be in their class and do normal stuff. I'm a normal kid. I'm not any different than any other 15-year-old girl, except for the fact that some things are harder for me to do than it is for other girls. I cannot do anything physically with my hands. I can't do a push-up to save my life. Can't do it. I can't do a pull-up, or like a pull-up on a bar. I can't do that. I cannot do the monkey bars. I never have been able to. I just can't do it. Stuff as simple as like making a drink, like pouring out of a container, is hard for me. I had to have my mom help me. I can't open water bottles. It's hard to do a lot of stuff, but like my parents have said, you can't let it get to you in a way where you're gonna get depressed over it or upset about it. There's nothing you can do to change what you have already. You can't change that you have it. You can't get rid of it. There's nothing you can do to fix it. But I did want to do this video as well because I want to sell t-shirts or something and all the money obviously would not go to me. It would obviously go to a hospital to where they can do more research on my deformity and everyone else who has anything similar to this. I know you're struggling and I know it's hard, and I want to raise awareness about this. you guys can go ahead and look up Madelungs Deformity. I will leave a link down below, and it describes a bunch more about it because I feel like I'm really bad at describing what it actually is, and I don't want to confuse anybody at all. But this video is just to tell you guys that I'm not trying to get anyone's sympathy. I want you guys to know what this is, and I want more people to know that it does affect a lot. It doesn't affect as many people as you would think. I think it's like 1 in every 10,000 or 100,000 kids get this. It's so uncommon, and a lot of people don't ever find it out unless they're active or break their arm. You have to be in a sport constant. Like, I played soccer, but that wasn't, in my opinion, I don't think that affected it. Soccer's not a very hands-on game. It's more of like a kicking the ball around kind of thing. And I don't know, I want you guys to know that I really want you guys to understand what this is, and I don't want it to be, when I talk about it in my vlogs or on this channel, I don't want you guys to be like, what the heck is she talking about? That's the one thing that I feel so awful about, is that I've talked about it for so long, but I've never given you guys any description or what it is. And I know a lot of us have phones now, or internet, or a computer or something where you can just go look it up, and that would make a lot more sense. But I want to make this video for people who don't want to do that, for people who want to hear someone that has the same thing as them. I've met so many people on YouTube who have this, and I hope that you guys, if you have it, please comment down below that you have it. I'd love to like talk to you guys about it and see what your doctors have done for you, and what like more, because it's hard when your doctor doesn't know what to do anymore for you. My doctor, in a way, is just given up because he doesn't know what to do anymore, and I don't know, that's not, in my eyes, that's not fair to just give up on someone. But at the same time, when you don't know what to do anymore, there's nothing more you can do. There's not much you can do to help a person when you don't know how to help them. So I'm making this video just so you guys know. I'm trying to just raise awareness for teenagers, for adults, for young kids who have this, or want to know if their family member has it. They want to know more about it. It's very rare for you to get it. Don't be concerned that you have it unless you know you have it. There are very major symptoms. Again, I'll leave the link of the website that I read on about it a lot down below. That way you guys can see. I don't want to scare anybody or anything. That's why I'm making this video, so you guys understand a little bit more. And I'm sorry about my hand like disappearing. It's because it's really bright outside and the exposure's on a little bit too high. So I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize it'd literally make my hand disappear. But I love you guys so much, and I just want you guys to know this is what it is. This is what it's about, and it's nothing you can do or change if you have it. And I love every single one of you to death. I hope you guys subscribe to this channel if you guys want to see more about my deformity or Madelung's deformity in general. Just let me know down in the comments. I'd love to make more videos about it. I have my first surgery story time, which again I will link down in the description box for you guys to go check out, just so you guys can know everything about how my first surgery went. If you guys want to know anything about that a little bit more in depth, go check that video out, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.